So I bought this installation kit for rails, DIY, and it is, as you can see, very bare bones. It's a photo of a guy's Adidas shoes right there. It pretty much doesn't tell you anything you need to know about installing this unless you already knew what you were doing. So I'm going to try to go over it for you. Tools you'll need that didn't come with the kit: rivet gun. You could use jack nut instead if it's small enough. Wouldn't recommend it though. Hammer, wrench or ratchet set, flathead screwdriver, drill. That bit came with the kit, and a cloth. Step one, you pop this out. Here, you can do that with any number of tools, but you can use a flathead screwdriver and paper towel or some sort of foam to keep it from scratching your paint. As you can see, it's a little dirty in here. The next step is cleaning it off. You can also see the second step. Before you clean it off, I'd recommend popping the plastic caps off of the first two and last two rivets, existing rivets. So you can see this up here. There's two rivets in the back, and then there are two rivets in the front. All right, after you've removed the plastic and cleaned it, you have these rivets, the existing rivets, that we're gonna need to pop out. You can either take a drill, small drill bit, and drill it through, or you can even just take wire snips, which is some really good wire snips, and just cut this off and it'll fall through. All right, after you pop it out, the rivet, the existing rivet, it will look something like this. Now we have to fill it lightly with sealant and then fit the bracket and rivet, new rivet. All right, this part is actually pretty important. You have two brackets. They go with each roof rail. The short one is in the back. The long one is in the front. And with both of them, the long piece goes toward the front of the car and the short piece goes toward the back of the car. You can see that's also true with the rear bracket. Those brackets line up with the rivets that we pulled out, knocked out earlier. You basically take this rivet, put it down into the bracket in the hole, and squeeze it twice. Now comes my least favorite part, where besides having to understand the instructions, is these rivets. Now that you've got the bracket secured, we have to cut holes in the original strip here so it'll look nice and tidy whenever we're done. I don't trust the documentation. It comes with some templates, so I use those, but before I use those, I take a marker and I approximate as close as I can to where the holes should be, and they should, I just put dots where these bolts will go through. All right, now we've cut our holes according to the template. You can also use this to double check your template spaced correctly. You put that in between and then put this on top of it. One thing I forgot to say is that between these two are still two existing rivets with little plastic pin pieces on it that grip onto it. You'll pop this off of those, snap them in here back into the lip of the trim, and then snap that back down so it just holds the middle section between the two ends you've just bolted down. All right, there it is. Rack bars, and you can see on the inside they've got room for the crossbars.